South Korea has just experienced one of its most dramatic political crises in decades. Martial law, a term that signifies the suspension of democracy and the rise of military control, was declared, triggering massive protests and political upheaval. Why did this happen? How did society react? And what does this mean for South Korea's future? Let's break it down. First, what exactly is martial law? It's when a country temporarily replaces civilian governance with military control, often during emergencies like war, natural disasters, or major civil unrest. Under martial law, freedoms like speech and assembly are often suspended. It's meant to restore order, but it usually comes with heavy consequences for civil liberties. On December 3, 2024, South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol declared martial law, citing threats from pro-North Korean elements and accusing opposition parties of anti-state activities. He claimed this drastic measure was necessary to protect the nation's constitutional order. Military forces were deployed to major government sites, including the National Assembly in Seoul. However, within hours, the National Assembly, dominated by opposition lawmakers, voted unanimously to overturn the martial law. Facing public outrage and political pressure, President Yoon lifted the decree the same day. The public reaction was immediate and intense. Thousands of protesters gathered outside the National Assembly, clashing with police and military forces. Tear gas and water cannons were reportedly used to disperse crowds. People saw the declaration as a direct threat to democracy. Online platforms like Twitter, or X, became hubs for organizing and spreading information. Hashtags like #RestoreDemocracy and #NoToMartialLaw trended globally. Many South Koreans call for President Yoon's resignation, seeing his actions as a return to authoritarianism. The crisis extended far beyond the protests. Politically, opposition lawmakers have initiated impeachment proceedings against President Yoon, calling his actions unconstitutional. Even members of his own party are demanding accountability. Senior aides to the president have already offered to resign. Economically, the turmoil shook investor confidence. South Korean markets saw significant losses, with the won declining and major companies experiencing drops in stock prices. It's a stark reminder of how political instability can impact everyday life. The global reaction has been one of concern. The United States and European Union emphasized the need to uphold democratic values. Meanwhile, countries like Japan and China are closely watching, given the potential regional implications. Some nations have even issued travel advisories, urging caution in South Korea. This international attention highlights how interconnected South Korea's stability is to the region and the world. The situation in South Korea is far from resolved. Protests continue, and impeachment proceedings are gaining momentum. This crisis has left a lasting mark on the nation's political landscape, raising critical questions about the resilience of its democratic institutions. South Korea's martial law crisis shows just how fragile democracy can be, even in a country with strong institutions. What do you think? Was martial law necessary, or was it an overreach of power? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into global events.